What is going on, everyone? So this video is going to be a little bit different than the videos that we normally do. I'm actually going to shift a few different angles here and show you how to pack a carnivore set of multivitamins. We're going to focus on grass-finished beef liver. So if you can see this, I've got 2 pounds of white oak pasture beef liver here. I've got a local Richardson Farms grass-fed, grass-finished pound of beef liver as well. We're gonna take this out, we're gonna cut it up, and we're gonna make beef liver and throw it in the dehydrator. So let's get started, let's get working. So this goes without saying, but obviously the first thing I'm gonna do is just get stuff organized and wash my hands. I just wanna make sure there's nothing on this. Awesome. So I'm gonna throw these back in here and we're gonna open them one by one and we're gonna get them prepped. So I've got a cutting board over here that I'm going to get. We're gonna just slice this up into bite sizes and we're gonna salt it up and we're gonna do the same thing for the next batch. Liver can be tough to cut. It's got tendons in it, it's kind of connective stuff going on, so it can be a little bit of work. I took these out of the freezer earlier today, so they're also a little cold. But these pieces, they'll be fine. We just want to have a good batch of like great stuff for the dehydrator. This is a process. Look at how much liver that is. So this bad boy is a Nesco dehydrator. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take the liver that I have here and we're gonna put it in the dehydrator and we're going to stack it cube by cube, so section by section. We'll lay it out and then we'll throw this in an area where I can run a fan, and we'll basically put this in an area with the temperature set at 160 here. There's temperatures on here for jerky, for meats, and we will run this bad boy and dry out all the meat and get it all set up. What is the deal with liver? Well, liver is loaded with all kinds of amazing nutrition. It's got folate, it's got riboflavin, these are B vitamins, it's got vitamin A in a massive amount, it's got vitamin C in some of the highest concentrations in animals. The reason, when you think about it, is liver is one of the largest systems in the body, and it's also sort of the bridge between the gut and like the digestive tract and the actual section of the bloodstream. So it's like your body, this is the organ in the animal that is literally kind of regulating a lot of the nutritional stuff that's flowing into your bloodstream. So it makes sense that you would store a lot of these vitamins and nutrients in the liver. All right, next layer. Let's keep this party rolling. Liver freaking party. So this is pretty much done now. I've just salted, laid out the slices. I mean, it's straightforward, right? You just get the slices out, you salt them, you lay them out on the tray. Once they're done, you just toss this bad boy in the bathroom. That's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna go put this in the bathroom. we'll set this on there, and this thing heats it up. It just blows on it with a fan. So this stuff will just dehydrate. I like to put it in the bathroom so the fan can run. It doesn't stink up the whole house. If you have an outdoor plug, go for that. It's even better. Actually, speaking of which, I have an outdoor plug, so we will put this in the outside. All right. All set. Look. That sunset coming out in Austin. This bad boy's outside, it's plugged in. We're good to go. We will dehydrate our goods and we will have plenty. I will set a reminder on my calendar to come check this in about 3.5 to 4 hours from now. All right, so it's like 1 in the morning. I think the jerky's been curing it was drying up for about 5 hours. Usually it's more like 6 to 8 hours. This stuff is a little on the soft side, but I'm gonna show you what it looks like and how it kind of came out and what we got here. So let's take a look. Look at that. This jerky is like stuck. It's not, you can see it's kind of squishy. So it's not fully dried, but it's good enough. It'll last. We can throw this in a jar and it'll sit around and be perfect for traveling, and it'll last for at least a week or two, as long as we're keeping it relatively, and not like sitting out in the heat all day long. So I'm gonna pack this up and throw it in the fridge. I've got a bunch of little jars that I can keep it traveling with, and we'll have ourselves some jerky. What is up, people? So one of the things that we just finished doing was creating this jerky. So I'm gonna show you what this looks like and give you a quick preview. So the dehydrator sat out last night on the patio. It's pretty solid now. So here's kind of a close-up of how the jerky all came out. You can kind of see it's still not like really tough. So I'll kind of show you, but it's gonna be perfect. And I've got zillions of jars, Epic brand tallow jars from when I was eating my tallow. So I'll just take it, throw it in there, and we'll be good to go. The other thing I'm gonna do is I've got suet in here. You can kind of see in my freezer, which is Carnivore, of course. These big bags of suet. So this is beef suet, and this is from Peach Creek Farm. I actually bought this locally in Texas. I have a freezer bag in the bottom of here underneath all these pounds of liver. I got this when I ordered meat and fat and organs from I think it was from US Wellness Meats in California. They overnighted this stuff. But in here I've got ice packs. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna pack 5 pounds of grass-finished suet, because I think that the fat that you get from this stuff is just such a good source, such a great way to keep you in keto, because fat is probably one of the hardest things to keep high when you're traveling. It's something where you can go to a restaurant, you can get steaks, things like that, but you just don't get the fat macro that you really want. I'm gonna buy eggs when I get over to Seattle here, but I'll throw in a bag of suet. It should last, it's a direct flight. It's 4 or 5 hours. I might have to stop somewhere and buy a small cooler, or just swing by a location just to throw it in the fridge. But other than that, it should be good. This stuff's all gonna go in a jar. This is about 5 hours of dehydration, and there's just a ton of these supplements, or a ton of this liver. So it'll last us weeks and weeks. We're not gonna be in any sort of bad shape as far as going around and actually having a supply. The cool thing I'm excited about with this trip is I'm gonna be traveling with all of my coworkers from Crush for Ties. We're gonna be out at the Ho rainforest. So we're actually gonna be hiking one of the most kind of secluded richest wildlife places in the continental United States. The Hoh Rainforest gets over 208 inches of rain a year. It's in the Olympic Forest. It's an amazing place. If you've never gone to the Olympic Peninsula out near Seattle, it's about 3.5, 4 hours driving to the west of Seattle, and you get just incredible scenery, incredible nature. So we're gonna be out there for a couple nights checking it out. I'm gonna take the guys, we're gonna just kind of cruise in and see what it's all about. So anyways, we'll pack this up, we'll get this loaded in the jars, and then we will do the suet in the ice bag with the packs. We'll throw that in the luggage, and then I should be good to go for the trip.